Once upon a time, there lived a wise and forward-thinking king who understood something many leaders forget. The real strength of a nation isn't just in its army or its wealth, it's in the courage of its people, their hard work, and their determination to overcome whatever stands in their way. One day, the king decided to teach his sons a lesson they could never learn from any book. Early in the morning, he ordered his soldiers, place a huge boulder right in the middle of the main road. I want to see how people deal with it. The soldiers obeyed and quietly rolled a massive stone onto the road. Then the king took his sons up to a tall tower overlooking the path so they could watch what happened. The first travelers were wealthy courtiers riding in luxurious chariots surrounded by servants. But the moment they saw the rock, they stopped and began complaining loudly. "What kind of king can't even keep the roads clean?" they shouted. They cursed, argued, blamed the king for their inconvenience, yet not one of them tried to move the stone. Annoyed, they simply turned around and took another route. Later, a group of tired farmers passed by on foot. After working all day in the fields, they were exhausted. They paused when they saw the rock and said, "Maybe this is a sign from God. Maybe we're being tested." They whispered a prayer, shrugged, and continued their walk home, leaving the rock exactly where it was. Soon after, a brave knight, the king's most loyal warrior, came riding on horseback. He saw the obstacle and immediately thought, "This could be dangerous. I must inform the king." And though his intentions were noble, he never once considered moving the rock himself. He galloped away, leaving the problem behind. All day long, different people came and went. Some complained, some prayed, some ignored it, and some left the responsibility to someone else. One by one, they all passed the rock unchanged, unmoved. Finally, as the sun was setting and the air grew cooler, a simple farmer approached. He was exhausted, drenched in sweat, carrying a heavy load on his back. But the moment he saw the rock, he stopped. He thought, "If I don't move this, many people will have trouble passing tomorrow. The king can't solve every problem. We share this responsibility." He placed his load on the ground, took a deep breath, and pressed his hands against the boulder. His muscles strained, his breath grew heavy, and sweat dripped down his face. But he refused to give up. Inch by inch, he pushed with everything he had until finally, with one last burst of strength, he rolled the rock off the road. And then he saw something surprising. Underneath the boulder was a leather pouch filled with shining gold coins. He looked around, stunned, hardly believing what he was seeing. At that moment, the king walked toward him with his sons. Smiling, he said, "These coins are yours. You were the only one who understood your responsibility and took action. This is exactly the lesson I wanted to teach my sons." The king turned to them and said, "Remember, obstacles do not come to block your path. They create your path. When you face challenges and choose to overcome them, you grow stronger, you move forward, and you earn true respect." The sons stood silently, their eyes filled with understanding. It was a lesson they would remember for the rest of their lives. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your support inspires me to create even better stories. Thank you all for the love. See you again with a new one.